Only bands. What up, T? Kales, Brandon. Dead Stock, DMV the sponsor. Yeah. Only bands, only bands. Better make sure you tune in to the part, yeah. Only bands, only bands. They got them crypto conversations going hard, yeah. Only bands, only bands. Even Kales dropping alpha on the daily. Only bands, only bands. Got that new drip going crazy.
Welcome back, man. We got another episode. The Only Bands podcast. We back week 2, new studio. It's Nation TV. Make sure if you got a podcast, if you want to record in house, you want to record somewhere else. My man Travels. We got the super producer in the house today, and we're gonna segue to the camera right here to my boy Mac.
Yeah, what's good, folks? What it do?
Yeah, let the
Happy
boy
to be here, man.
Hey, we happy to be here in your beautiful studio.
Happy to be in the crib, but I mean I'm happy to be on the podcast. Like I'm always here, but I'm happy to be on the show.
Hey,
yeah.
tell the folks who you are, what you do, you know.
Yeah.
Talk your shit, man.
Yeah, man. My name's Mech. Go by Mech Show. You know what I'm saying? Podcast producer.
Super producer.
You can say that for sure. I be behind the camera, in front of the camera. Host of the early morning show. Literally forgot the name of the show. Early the morning show, you know what I'm saying? Me and my guy Brooke do that every Friday morning. Live stream on YouTube. We be on Twitch, we be on Twitter. Yeah, I produce it and host it at the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We be looking crazy on the joint sometimes. I'd be like, yeah, so tell me about, you know what I'm saying?
When them deals come in, them splits probably gonna look a little different from Fruit.
It's gonna be on some Joe Budden shit, Joe Buddy, Rory and Maul shit.
My man, the talent
we not rocking like that. We not rocking like that.
Those splits gonna be crazy.
Hey, when the credits come on, do it show like?
Nah, there's no credits.
Script by me, hosted by me.
I'm fucking weak. Notes by me.
That breakup gonna be.
It's actually we also got an assistant producer, Danielle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Danielle. She be helping out behind the scenes. So it's actually you know what I'm saying? We got like a nice small little team. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I just control the cameras while we're you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's only me and him in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
we get it. You doing more work than him. I get it.
You got a nice team.
But you know what? No, I do gotta say this about Brooke though. Like this nigga be bringing the guests through though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really be thinking about the content of the show unless I know it's gonna be just us. Mm-hmm. But like that nigga definitely be doing the work to like get interesting people to come on.
All right, he get a booking fee. He get a booking fee.
Yeah, it went from 90-10 to Brooke getting 12%.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good job,
but I guess let's start off. It's Nation TV.
Yeah.
Let's like tell us where that came from, what it's all about, like the vision for it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's Nation TV. It's a production company. Right now I would say podcasts are like the main thing, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely started from making music. Me and my guys was making music in college, and we went by like as a group like Nation Entertainment, and then that segued into like niggas wanting to not just be musicians but like wanting to have a business. So then niggas start thinking about like, okay, what does it look like to have a record label?
What happened to the group?
It wasn't like a group. Like we were all boys and we just rapped on each other's tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Still boys?
Yeah. We still boys. Yeah, we still boys. Shout out We the Fifth. He's actually like he's better videographer than me now. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing, we all kind of segued into other shit outside of music.
And media,
you know what I'm saying? So
he got media type.
Yeah, so
entertainment.
He's a videographer, podcast producer as well. You know what I'm saying?
You said he's better than you?
I think so. Yeah.
What's his Instagram?
We the Fifth. Nah, We the Fifth. He's lit. He's lit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's in Atlanta now. But so we was all doing that, and then it kind of just segued into like wanting to do more. So it's like, okay, what does a record label look like? So niggas turned Nation Entertainment into a record label, and then niggas stopped making music for real and started focusing on videography. You know what I'm saying? Like I picked up the camera because I was like making our music videos. You know what I'm saying? And then We the Fifth picked up the camera because he kind of moved and started making his own. I also moved. This was when we was in Hampton in school. I moved back here. He moved to Atlanta. You could call it that, but we're still boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the, you know what I'm saying? Like the Temptations splitting up or something like that. It's more just like niggas moved into different areas, but the production thing is still a thing. You know what I'm saying? So it segues to videos and then it segues to podcasts.
So like, how does one start to make money off of being like a producer, being like the behind the camera, and figuring everything out from that angle? Like, what's the build up to that? Like,
how one starts to make money? I mean, you got to be good enough for somebody to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really great answer.
I mean,
that's a really great answer.
I mean, all I did was like try to just get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really think about how to make money off of it until. I think we were talking about it earlier, like until like it got to a point where enough people were willing to pay me that I had to think, okay, like, well, what am I charging? What am I charging for? Like all this type of shit. But at first I was just taking whatever people had to give. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really setting a standard for myself when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But also like I just wanted to make shit. Like I wanted to make shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was making shit for free all the time. You know what I'm saying? It was mostly, you know what I'm saying, like things that I was working, because like I said, I picked up the camera because I was making me and my homies music videos. So it's like, that's all I was doing. Like I didn't really have time to be trying to get people to hire me and nothing, like, because I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in like making our own projects. And then I started wanting to make shows. I don't even know where that came from, but I wanted to start making TV shows like SportsCenter and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So me and my homies did like a Redskins review show. You know what I'm saying? So we did it every week. I was spending all my time doing that. You know what I'm saying? It just, as people started to see these things, because I'm putting the content out like on Instagram and stuff like that, as people are seeing these things, then they're asking me to do it for them. And then I start to figure out, okay, like what does the pricing look like?
So it's like no website that people can go to find this? Like,
find what?
It's like more so word of mouth, like on
as far as what?
Like look for a videographer or producer.
A videographer, yeah. You can go on Instagram.
Where
the videographers and photographers get hired at?
I guess you got a point. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
go down to the DMs, I guess.
I mean, you can definitely. Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, you could definitely siphon people to a website, but I don't know. Tell me y'all and y'all experience too, because I know y'all like make money on the internet too. Like, is it easier to, or do y'all have a problem getting people? They're contacting you in this space, and then you tell them go book you on this space. Do y'all have any like drop off?
I'm not good at the internet.
Oh well, for me, if we talking internet money, you want to get them right where they at.
Yeah,
I don't want you to have to go.
Like you're DMing me, and I'm telling you, well, go to my website and do this. I
don't want to see you nowhere. I don't want you to go to the link tree.
Yeah, and have to find it.
Yeah, the less clicks, the quicker to sell.
Yeah,
if it take too long to be able to just click, boom. I think you only convert like 2% of people that come to your website anyway. And you want to make the experience like, yo, buy my stuff in like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
After that, somebody text you. You start.
If you click out of there, you're probably not coming back.
I'll do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gone.
Get them to pull out their car as soon as possible.
Exactly. Yeah. So I never, not that I didn't have a website. I've always had a website, because I've always been told like, if you are legitimate, you have a website. But just in my experience, people don't really go there. Maybe they do. I don't know. Like I direct people there, but like if I'm getting booked for something, it's usually in DMs, through text, through email. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like you need a website if you're trying to inbound like strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing some kind of like ad on any of the socials, you know what I'm saying? You want a website for people to go to, you know what I'm saying? But I would say that in my experience, like a good 95% of the work that I've gotten has come from people like either seeing my shit or hearing about my shit. You know what I'm saying?
So when is like most of your stuff on Instagram? That's where like most people come from?
So, well, yeah. Like I have a itsnation.com is my Instagram for it, like Nation Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But I make a lot of shows. So like all the shows not all the shows, but most of the shows have their own socials, or they have their own kind of just like communities. You know what I'm saying? So within those communities, you meet all kinds of different people. Like I used to do this dating show. Like we would talk about like dating, not me, but my homie Alex. She would, host these conversations about like dating, relationships, sex, like that. and we would have like live ones and like parties and events and stuff like that. I would meet hella people there that are like, oh, I want to make a podcast. Boom, that's like a new client. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
it's like things like that.
Dating show parties sounds like orgies to me.
No, we're talking about happy hours, nigga. Like,
Yeah, it was happy hours.
talking like happy hours at Lost Society. Shout out to Liddy in the City and
Nah, facts. Shout out to Polo.
Yeah. We used to do shit like that. Yeah. So like, and things like that is where I kind of meet people, meet new clients, or those clips, like those like dating topic type clips. Those are the ones that be like going viral. So that's kind of where,
all the time.
Yeah.
People split the
those
rent,
conversations
split
never.
the
Yeah,
bill.
those conversations never die.
They're never going
$100
they never
cage.
die.
I'm always, but I'm the thing is,
like fly me out.
I'm always,
First date out, first date
Female
overseas. Who pays on the first date? Who do women shoot their shot? All these kind of topics. They don't get old.
They're not going nowhere.
They're not going nowhere.
Sometimes they're entertaining. I like seeing the quote tweet. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're entertaining. I see something new every once in a while, but it's always one that goes viral, of course.
Yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
hilarious. But all right, so it's Nation, man. Like, so what's the vision? Like, what's the, I guess, if it's not like, you know, top secret, what's the 5-year plan? I guess. Like looking out
to
at
be honest,
like,
I don't have a 5-year
To
plan.
make a lot of money.
Yeah, big facts.
Sign
Big
a whole
facts.
bunch of people
Bruh,
like Kels and T's, the 360.
Let's get it.
deal.
Let's get it. Fucking week.
That's it. Just make a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, man. That's I can't. I would be
Do you
lying
see
to tell you I
podcasts
have
dying down anytime soon?
No.
I hope
no.
so.
Why you hope so?
We need some people to die. We need the ratings and the
Podcast.
views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about the industry, not
Oh,
specific.
Oh,
Not specific podcast. I mean, podcasts come and go every fucking day.
Specifically, what
I can't even tell you how many podcasts I've started. You know what I'm saying? Like that aren't even around anymore.
We need the views. So yeah, man, I hope some shows don't last.
Don't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're inevitably not going
to, or they break up.
Inevitably, they're not going to, or they just stop. Like, bro, like I can't even tell you how many podcasts I've started with people that just stopped. Like, they just stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even to say that they failed or anything. Like sometimes, like how many motherfuckers can do like 100+ or just like do an infinite amount of episodes. Like some podcasts are a story. They have a start and an end,
and not get paid for a long time.
Yeah, some people can't even. Some people can't even.
It's like definitely the new rapping. You got to keep rapping until you get your deal.
Yeah, nah, that's a big fact. That's a big fact. But also too, I feel like I've been learning that that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you're strategic about what you're doing, you can figure out ways to make bread early on.
Nah, you could. But just bring the 360 on Barstool Sports. Anybody.
Yeah.
Just bring it on.
Shout out to Barstool Sports. It's cause like Barstool is like a company that I studied when I was like first coming into not just podcasting, but like production. I fuck with Barstool. I mean, I don't really know what they're on these days, but as far as like how Dave Portnoy made Barstool what it is today, it's kind of remarkable.
Yeah, we love Barstool. We
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
We love you
And
guys.
they got like $1 million worth of game. They started
Love
getting
you
like
guys.
black podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So like, I fuck with Barstool. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, well, you are an entrepreneur and like kind of like a man of many talents. Just even outside of production, just want to shift gears here a little bit. You also like help with your run is help run your family's business. Can you tell the listeners a little bit about that? Because somebody might be interested in that.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about
healthcare.
betting too.
Yeah, for sure. I run a home healthcare company. Started by my folks when I was young. We've been in business for like probably 20 years, 18 years, something like that. But I was young. I was like in middle school when my parents started that. My dad moved to Nigeria, and my mom, she's a nurse, but she wasn't really like computer savvy or anything like that. So I was really doing all like the computer based shit while she was like seeing patients. And then when I learned how to
you said it's a home healthcare business.
Home healthcare, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Royal Treatment Healthcare.
What do you get with Royal Treatment?
You get Royal Treatment. You get treated royally. Nah, but it's home healthcare. So we do we have like caregivers, people that will come to your house and take care of you, or
Like elderly people?
people with
we're ignorant, man. You gotta break this down.
Yeah, for sure. But the questions helps me break it down.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But so like people will come into your crib and they'll take care of you if you're elderly. If you have like mental or physical disabilities, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people have if you're like on Medicaid or Medicare or something like that, like you're what's the word that I'm looking for? I want to say entitled. Like you're entitled to a caregiver to come and take care of you if you meet like a certain set of requirements, you know what I'm saying? And in some instances you can have that person be like your family member that would have been taking care of you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we'll hire that person and then pay them to just do what they were doing anyway.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. You know what I'm saying? Because the state pays us and then we pay them because they can't give it to them directly. They have to give
has
it
to kind of get funneled. Not funneled.
For whatever,
that's the right word, but
it can't.
has to circulate through a business.
You're paying the family member.
Right.
You have to pay a company and then that company can hire the family member.
That makes sense because like I think like somewhere it's like a question: do you take care of like a family member? Like is that something that comes up somewhere?
Yeah. It's like on TV. They have like commercials about it.
Yeah. Do you get paid to take care of a family member or something like that? Or I didn't know that.
So we do things like that, and then we also.
Is that money taxed differently, or do that money get taxed like the same way?
How it's taxed, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So I do accounting functions, but like I don't know accounting laws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out my accountant. But
shout out to the accountant.
Yeah, they're important. But fucking so we do that, and then we also do like skilled nursing services. So literally pharmacies, like people who have illnesses that allows them to live life, they just have to take regular medication. Pharmacies will contact us to go and give those people medication. You know what I'm saying? Or if those people, they have it set up and they just know us, we have a relationship with them, like they'll put us in contact with their pharmacy and then they'll hire us to go and like give them their medication. Cause you know what I'm saying? Some people have like these diseases that like they can live regular lives, just that they need to like, you know, be injected every so often. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can't do it yourself. You need a skilled nurse to do it for you. You know what I'm saying? So we're a skilled nursing agency and home health care agency. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're doing a lot of good for the community and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did hear that it's also a booming business, something like,
you know what's crazy, bro? Like
$900,000 or something in revenue.
Really? I mean, there's a lot of money. I mean, there's a lot of money in it. Now you said you heard 500,000. There's a lot of money in it, but
I heard the numbers.
But also too, the thing is,
than that.
the thing is though is like with any business, it's how well you do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like, to answer your question about the industry itself, like, yeah, I feel like it is booming. I'm starting to see people who are like social media personalities that do exactly what I do. You know what I'm saying? But like they've built these like personalities for themselves that like, oh, I'm like, you know how people can be like a real estate guru or real estate, like come to my seminar and I'll teach you how to,
so like they making money outside of that.
Yeah, just because it's like they're teaching people how to break into this industry, break into it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it is a thing where, you know, it's only on the rise. People always need some form of healthcare. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to a place where it's becoming more noble to just get it in your crib.
And what, like, I guess, like, do you guys have to bid on? Is this stuff you could bid on, like contracts and stuff? That's something. Like,
there's government contracts for sure.
Is that something the company is ventured into? Like
my company?
Yeah.
No, my company does a lot of like private duty.
Okay.
So like literally just people who found us, you know, because there's a lot of word of mouth. With
some contracts, I guess, like that, like what's the
I mean, so I've looked into the government contracting thing. Like they got, as far as like when you say what's some contracts, like what are the services or
services and like I guess going rate, are these like, would they be more so premium rates? Like is that something you guys plan on doing in the future, or is it like you guys gonna stick in the niche? If
you're talking about my company specifically, we're pretty niche and we're cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're like, of course everybody wants more business, but like we're cool. Like we're doing very well. You know what I'm saying? As far as like I guess if we wanted to expand, we could. It would just take a lot more effort. You know what I'm saying? Right. And our company is very like we're cool. I really know how else to say it. Like we're cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got a question.
What's up?
So I be watching Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. Yeah,
I don't, so I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
You don't watch that?
Nah.
All right, so it's a
I'm still
show-
going to answer the question. I'm still going to understand the question.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
bet.
It's a show about families and like wealth and like the heir to the family carrying on the name and success and whatnot. And this is a family business.
Yeah.
You know, everybody always talks about generational wealth with your family, but if you got a bad heir or heir that can't manage things, then there goes
It just goes to shit.
Yeah, it goes to shit. Do you feel pressure running a family business and knowing like, yo, once mom and dad, it's all on me?
Yeah. Do I feel pressure? I feel like the pressure that I feel is definitely self-inflicted. My parents don't put any pressure on me. Only because like they're super appreciative of what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Because the company has grown since I've been there. I've been, like I said, it started when I was young, and I've been like pretty much doing functions for the company since I was young. But me actually like directing the company has been for like maybe like 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? And we've like doubled our revenues in that time. So like they're pretty just like appreciative. You know what I'm saying? The pressure that I feel is like me just knowing
like
we're
don't
capable
fuck
of
this
more.
up.
No, it's like, oh, like we're capable of more. Like I be thinking about like, okay, like how do you grow a company? You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm sure y'all be listening to like entrepreneurs and things like this. Like something that I've heard is, you know, like getting a company to, you know, get to like $1 million in revenue, like that's a tall task, right?
Yeah,
but once you get there, it's like it kind of plateaus unless you do something extra that's gonna get you to like 10 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta kick into a new gear. And I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to kick into that new gear because like my parents don't know how to kick into that gear. Like
and this is unprecedented.
It's unprecedented.
Ground.
I don't really be knowing who I gotta learn from. And I don't really have a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just like watching YouTube videos. I'm trying to like
talking
be
to
mentored by people who are doing it on the internet that I can learn from. You know what I'm saying?
Now with that, like you said, like your parents don't know how to do it, and you've been running the company for like 5-6 years, like pretty much being in charge. Does it ever come to a point where it's like, I have a vision, but my parents not seeing a vision? It's like, I like you guys. You guys raised me, but you know, might have to pink slip you in a few years.
That's a good question, but it hasn't really boiled down to that. Like my mom's is pretty she's pretty open to like whatever ideas I have, or also too, like I have to say, like my mom is a go-getter her damn self. Like she just to do what she was able to do before I got there like full time is kind of remarkable because of what I know about her.
And I think we have talked about this like personally over the phone, as far as like your mom, she owns the business, you know, runs the business. She was running the business and was actually working in the business. And to like work in the business, you know, provide these healthcare services to people, then go home and like kind of clock in and put on the CEO hat and like, all right, look at the books, make sure payroll's done. And
you know what's funny? You know what's funny, bro? Is because like I think I said earlier, my mom is a nurse. So yeah, she's one of the nurses that we have that's actually going and fulfilling the services. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't know anything about the CEO stuff. So like when I say it's remarkable that it's where it is, because it's like she didn't do none of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got there and I'm like, oh, like this is just shit that wasn't being done. Shit that's like kind of important. But like it wasn't like it was just her though. Like we've always had like, you know, 20 plus employees. Like this is I don't know if the way I'm speaking about it makes it seem like it's like 4 of us, but it's a pretty big company as far as like the number of employees we have. You know what I'm saying?
I want to swing the same question over to you because you have a family business.
Like you said, we talk. We talk about this shit all the time, and like our experiences are very like similar, bro. Like they kind of mirror each other.
Do you feel like as the heir to the trucking business,
like pressure?
The pressure of carrying on the family seed.
It's like how you said. It's like self-inflicted a little bit, just because like when you it's like your parents, but when you grow up and like your parents expected you to. I was a kid that got good grades. I was the kid that played sports. Like it's like a certain expectation that comes with me.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying, have no fear and failure, do everything well. So like, I don't want to fail.
You want to keep up that. You want to keep up that image of that. You know what you be doing.
Right,
and, like,
right.
You know,
I'll still like, and then like how you said. I know you said your mom. I know your mom and dad is ultra appreciative of what you contributed to this company, and like vice versa. Like I know, you know what I'm saying, ultra appreciative, but it's also on me like, nah, I gotta take it to a next level. But it's also how you said, it's like the ground where, you know what I'm saying, the ground we're touching, it's like never seen these, you know what I'm saying, these numbers for you never did these. So like, how do you grow it now? Like, you know what I'm saying, you feel like your wheel's spinning a little bit, but it's also like in my head, like you probably can agree, it's like you got to a certain point. I think I told T this before. I was just like, yo, I think I finally figured it out. Like I know when I need to do this, and I do this on Monday, I do this on Wednesday, to where I got everything kind of running. I was like, oh, you're not interested in the trucking company anymore? I'm like, I feel like I kind of got it on auto.
Yeah,
just
on
a
auto.
little bit.
That's it, bro.
You know, if you want more, you gotta. I said you gotta kick it to another gear. So it's like
that's
I
a big thing.
See what you're saying.
I would say, bro, there was 1 year in particular, bro, that we were making money, but you know the way businesses go is like sometimes when you're making money, it means
and we have a lot of people on payroll.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like it's like we were making more money than we ever had before, but I was sick because like we were always like barely making payroll or like trying to figure out how to make payroll. You know what I'm saying?
That's the worst, when you making money and you making a lot, but
you don't
of money,
see it,
but then
like,
you
or you don't feel it. Yeah, it's like, where is it? Yeah, 100%.
I got so many.
I read this book called The E-Myth Revisited, or The E-Myth, and I think I read like a deluxe version that was called Revisited. But fucking, it's basically like how to be like a CFO, how to think like a CFO. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it kind of showed me that you really got to get your finances and the tracking of it on some kind of autopilot. But it's not like autopilot and forget it. It's like autopilot in a way that the way that you're reviewing it is kind of seamless and it's quick and it's fast and it's repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Because like literally, I was working so much on like the functions of the business that I wasn't really paying attention to like what was happening and why it was happening. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a lot of moving parts. Also, like when just like I said, like just to kind of say I can't, like that's complicated, but factor in the fact that you're running It's Nation, like you're doing this, that, and the third, and trying to do that. So like it's, you know what I'm saying, you got to turn this, put this hat down to pick this hat up. Yeah. And I can only imagine how challenging like that becomes.
You know what's funny, bro? I feel like what you're saying is true, but I feel like, yeah, maybe I got used to it, but I don't know. I feel like everything kind of boils down to money. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you can understand finances, then you can understand a lot of things. And because I really handle the finances for both things, it's kind of like I'm doing the same thing. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how because like when I'm thinking about It's Nation, I'm thinking about like, okay, how am I marketing? How am I collecting money? How am I putting out money? And how am I letting people know, or how am I putting out like invoices, like collecting money? And how am I letting people know about like what our services are? And then how am I maintaining or tracking everything? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's kind of the exact same thing that I'm gonna do at Royal Treatment. It's like I just got to figure out those 4 or 5 things. You know what I'm saying?
And we talking about finances and like tracking that. I remember like I think one of our first conversations could have been on the early morning show that we had talked about this. Like that's kind of what I did, like reviewing the bookkeeper stuff, doing stuff like that. And I just actually texted you about this when I was reviewing invoices. You had told me, what was the number like when you first started, you know, getting involved in the company? How many outstanding invoices the company had?
As far as how many, I don't know, but I know
the amount.
So we were, when I first got there, if I remember correctly, I think the first year we did like maybe 400, 500K in revenue. You know what I'm saying? And then like over the course of like the next year or so, I started to realize, like every invoice that gets sent out doesn't get paid. You know what I'm saying?
So no wonder when
I was thinking,
payroll.
But also too, I was thinking, that part.
Yeah.
But also I was thinking like, like we did something wrong, like they're just not gonna pay it. You know what I'm saying? It sounds so stupid as I'm saying it, but fucking.
But back then it made sense.
Back then I was just like, I was just like, like we send the invoice, they don't pay it, like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like literally I just started I just started like resending if an invoice didn't get paid, I would just send it again and then it would get paid. You know what I'm saying? Or like I would ask like, hey, like why did this get paid but this didn't get paid? I would just ask and then they'd be like, oh, like we overlooked it, or like, oh, blah blah blah, like whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so like me just following up on unpaid invoices, like keeping taps on things like that. I think we went to like 600, 700K the next year. You know what I'm saying? And then like now just
when I shouted it out, he was like, what? Who made?
No. I thought you said the industry, bro. You said there's 500K in the industry. I'm like, no, there's way more in the industry.
It's like
Nah.
Warm him up to it.
Nah. I honestly, I didn't know that's what you were saying.
It's tequila. He was like,
honestly, I didn't know that you were saying. Nah, I didn't know that's what you were saying. I thought you were saying like the industry but I'm like, nah, like this is healthcare. Like there's billions.
Yeah, that's 2 years. Like that. I mean, that's significant. That's a significant thing,
like
though.
Checks and balances.
Yeah.
Like that's not even, that don't even go into like, oh, like actually streamlining things, like making processes easier, going and looking at what bills are being paid and what,
business process improvement, basically.
And then also too, like another like very critical way of, you know, increasing your cash flow and like having more money is looking at what you're spending on. You know what I'm saying? Because like we were spending on a lot of unnecessary things. You know what I'm saying? So just like literally canceling things that we weren't using. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Boom, that's extra. That's more bread. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's one service that we just been using forever, but there's another service that charges way cheaper. Like, bro, we used to pay, I can't even remember what we paid, but it was a ridiculous amount of money that we used to pay to send faxes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just saying it sounds crazy, but like 4 or 5 years ago, especially in the medical industry, like you're sending a lot of fucking faxes.
Yeah, a lot of paper.
We would pay a lot of bread for like our fax thing. Yeah. I found like a joint, shout out to Humble Fax. Like I don't even know these guys. They're not paying me to say this, but like it's like $9 a month to send as unlimited faxes via email. So you don't even gotta like have a fax machine. You can take a picture of it and send it from your email to another. So it's like, just go into that, bro. Like we save like $190 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like just like stupid things like that. It's like sometimes you're not looking. You're just, especially if you're a business and you're just, you know, you're going through the grind every day. You're just,
and it's hard to, once you're, especially something like that, you're trying to make payroll. You're trying to do all these
you're worried about other things. Sometimes.
Like you don't really, you might not have that time to like really get in the books and see what's, to like get a big picture. Or, look at the big picture and then zoom in on the big picture and to see what's going on within your business and day-to-day operations. Definitely makes sense.
Big
but
facts.
That just improving that alone, that's like crazy. You jump from 400K, 500K to what, 600K?
We went from like 400 to like 600, and then just like improving processes over and over. It's like you grow every year. You know what I'm saying?
I guess in the healthcare, what's like the average? Do you know like the like a good profit margin percentage in the healthcare?
So I know like in businesses, like in general, it's good to make like you want to aim for like 10% profit margin. Right.
I think when you first got in it and you start seeing all of that, like first got involved with like the books and stuff, you see what the heck, we 400K, like we rich. Like in your head, you thinking like,
you know what's funny, bro? Like. I only knew we weren't rich because it's like I'm also like doing the payroll. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing the payroll, like having tightness in my chest because I'm writing checks that I know are like, we don't got this in the account. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hope this person don't cash this check tomorrow.
We're
like, you
good
know what I'm saying?
now. We're good now. Finances
but also
are great
too,
now.
I understand.
We solid.
That's a big
let me get this out there. We solid now.
Yeah.
You could come work at Royalty Healthcare and your checks won't bounce.
Facts. Nah, people get paid. People get paid. I mean, like I said, we have a bunch of employees, bro. It's not like it's not like a 5-person thing, bro. Like,
did you guys ever look to think to use like now like the line of accounts,
line of
account?
Yeah. No, so
people use that for payroll and stuff now,
and we do. So so that's the thing. Like these are things that I didn't realize. So like literally, it was maybe a year ago that I learned that businesses take out a line of credit to cover payroll and then just pay that back with their accounts receivable. I didn't know that. I'm always just waiting until we get checks, cashing those checks right away. And then, you know, just, bro, like it's crazy, bro. Like my mom really, she's like a really prayerful woman and she really has God on her, like on our family side, bro, because like it just kind of always works out that like the checks go out, checks come in. You know what I'm saying? And like, even when I said like I had that tightness in my chest, it's like you get through those times. Like you just get through them. You know what I'm saying? If it's like, okay, I won't cash my checks, I'll just like there's times when I just don't cash my checks for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's just like it's a little bit more money
that you need
that's in the account, and then because the thing is like we have money that's always coming in. It's just a matter of like some of these joints be on 60-day payment cycles. Some of these joints be on 30 days. And I think that's
kind of like the challenge, because you say you was waiting to do that. I think that's like now the challenge that you're facing. And again, we talked about is just trying to figure out how to get your salary in there now and like get, you know what I'm saying, mom just focus more so like on like coming to see, you know what I'm saying, running your company now more so than like work for your company.
Having to like see all the patients and do all that. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, this is kind of why I listen to, you know what I'm saying, a lot of like y'all's content when y'all talking to these different entrepreneurs and in y'all spaces, you know what I'm saying? And then when we have the opportunity to talk to people on our show, I'm always just trying to learn about how people go through these like every day. Like these are the things that don't really get talked about when people talk about, oh, like go start this business. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's these literal healthcare gurus, and I'm not knocking them. I'm really not trying to sound like I'm knocking them, because I'm not. It's kind of remarkable how they've been able to like position themselves in this way of being able to make bread, teaching people how to make bread in this industry. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, or not, but it's just like the thing that I'm always trying to figure out is like, what are the normal practices? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like we just said, I didn't realize it was normal to take out a line of credit to cover your payroll. I would just always put the checks out and hope that something comes in. But like, also, that's not to say that like we have zero in the account and I'm sending out $40,000.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we might send out $40,000 worth of payroll and have like 30 in the account, but like 60 on the way. It's just that when it's like on the way, literally means on the way. Who knows when it gets here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's that kind of thing where it's like it always seems to just work itself out. But I didn't even realize that people were just taking out lines of credit so that they don't have to worry about it.
Shout out,
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's the only reason
shit is there, and then like they just pay that back because it's all you can pay creditors back with like it's different paying your creditors back versus paying like an employee being like, yo, like where's my check? You know what I'm saying?
It's literally so because it like, and you've had regular jobs before. That's like the worst thing you want to do is like have time. I actually messed up payroll like 2 weeks ago. Like I didn't like. I normally send like an account, like a payroll summary. Sent that out, but I didn't hit submit on like the joint, like on the payroll on ADP. You know how you gotta go to the last step, approve. I didn't finish the whole step. So I'm like,
I've literally done that before.
Yeah, too. Driver texts me like, yo, is direct deposit in today? I'm like, it should have been. You know what I'm saying? It should have been there. So I'm like, I go in there and check. I'm like, oh, you
and motherfuckers I'm like, you bad when they don't get their bread, dog. It's not even about, because it's like, I be like, dog, it's not like you're not getting your bread. But it's like when I'm not getting it when I'm expecting it, niggas be mad.
But I still have a regular. I get it because I still have a regular job, and it's like my company's.
If your money not there, you're gonna feel away.
So like, I just was like,
so you understand it.
Yeah, I just like I was like, yo, what am I do? Like, I just ended up like, yo, I'll Apple Pay you right now. Like this was like, yo, get your money today. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it. Like
you must really care. I'm not Apple paying nobody, but I would be like, yo, your bread will be here tomorrow.
But also, we don't have 20 people. Like at most the most we've had like 2 drivers. So like in this time right now we got 1. So I'm like. And it's just my dad and him on payroll. So like my dad didn't get paid either, but like my dad's not my dad.
He'll live with
it. He's not gonna run my pockets. But I'm like, nah, let me Apple Pay him now.
I hear that. Nah, I hear that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a noble thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because like I used to do all kinds of things that, you know,
to accommodate.
To accommodate the employees. I still do. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of like I think it's because I feel for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I would want it for me. You know what I'm saying? So like, but also I know that everybody don't do that because like everybody don't feel like they should or whatever. It's like, you know. So,
I'm sorry, but to just shift gears, like what, like we said, you said it's billions in the healthcare.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
You know, you ever seen that movie? You ever seen the movie called I Care a Lot? What'd you think about that movie?
I thought it was great. Thought it was scary.
Nah, it was a little. I'm not gonna say it was scary, but it had some.
It's a scary movie. that could happen to you. You don't have,
Oh yeah.
You don't have no family. You don't have nobody that can defend you and whatnot.
Yeah.
They can just come over.
Oh, you're saying it's scary about like the real life aspect of it. Yeah. You know,
'Cause
facts.
all movies
Big
is
facts.
based on
You can get.
true
I think that was
things.
based off true events or something like that. Yeah.
So
Facts.
it's very scary.
Yeah. I that's funny because I think bringing that movie has a different connotation about the home healthcare field, and I'm not trying to put that connotation out there, but I meant to say that because I only said that because like that movie talks about how much money is in the industry, like, and that's like having, you know, a home that lets people in, you know, that lets people live there.
Is this like stuff like out there like you can get like some government contracts and like
they definitely
like
got
really?
I mean, they got government contracts for everything.
Is that something you like thought about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we talked about earlier about like trying to get over like that hump. Do you think that's like something that could like take y'all like next level? Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Get y'all to touch that M.
Yeah, it's something that could for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I have looked into, but in my experience, it's kind of like hard to wrap my head around. Like I'm trying to honestly, because like you know, I saw this dude. Like I said, I learned everything on YouTube. This one dude, I was watching his content for a while, and he was like a specialist on like helping people secure government contracts. You know what I'm saying? So I had like bought his course. I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And then like other
how much was the course?
Came out, probably like $1,400, $1,500, something like that.
He was invested.
Yeah. It was something like that. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a matter of fact, I was like, okay, like next month I'm gonna set away time to like do this again. You know what I'm saying? But it's really the reason. Like, it really boils down to just like, are you gonna dedicate yourself to like, because you got to bid on these contracts and like you got to like, you know what I'm saying, make yourself known to the people who decide on these contracts. So a lot of his course was talking about like, one, looking for the right contracts based on like what the description and everything says. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he's like, look at the parameters and see if this is right for you. And then if it's right for you, you know, reach out to this person. He's like, it's like he's got himself a little process. It's just that like, you know, I also run the business every day. It's like hard to do that.
Like how you said, it's like it's just for your mom. It's like hard to be like the providing the service, then come over into you. Like you have It's Nation, then you running the business. So then to try to go do strategic growth which is what that is. Like that's like a whole nother.
But the thing is too, because like I hate the fact that like sometimes, and when we talk about like the pressure and everything like that, I feel like that's pressure that I inflict on myself. It's like, okay, sometimes I have those thoughts of, okay, if I was doing one thing, how far could I take one thing? But like I'm doing multiple things.
That's the thing about us millennials.
Big facts. Big facts. It's like you can't focus on one thing. But also I feel like I'm getting better at kind of like automating or delegating things. So it's like I can figure out a system of doing something and then I can give that to somebody and then now I can focus on other things. But I always gotta like mentally be like tapped in. So you know what I'm saying? Cause like I deal with a lot of the finances. So like I literally gotta just know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be kind of like mentally, you gotta be tapped in with, I have people put numbers in spreadsheets and I just like always look at the spreadsheets. So like I always know what the numbers are. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's not something I could delegate. I always have to know, just for whether it's for my own like peace of mind or whatever. I just always got to know. So it's like there's certain things that I'm always just going to do for the business. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like growing and everything like that, I feel like you know, I feel like we'll get there. I just don't feel like it's something I got to figure out now, but it is something that I think about. Like I do think about, like I've looked at government contracts a bunch, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm looking, I'm never seeing anything that's like, oh, like that's something that we could fulfill. I be seeing things for nursing services, but it's like something in Ohio and like, we don't got nobody in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we could hire somebody in Ohio, but it's like, you know, we're still trying to hire people for here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes I see things and I'm like, okay, yeah, I could go down there, but like, is that really going to be worth it? And like, sometimes, I mean, I don't even really remember seeing the actual bags. Like, I see the description. And I think after that, they'll show you like what the bread is. But it's like, once I see the description, it's like, I'm not going to fulfill that. I don't worry much more about it. Like, I feel like, but I know that there's bread in government contract and I hear it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the dude that I took the course from, because like he would give like one-on-one sessions and stuff like that. He was like, oh no, like there's a big demand for nursing because he's been in it for like decades. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, there's always a big demand for nursing services and healthcare services, but it's like it don't be in my area, or it don't be something that it's like that would be an easy play. It's not even that it has to be easy. It's like it would take a little bit more out of us.
We like easy money.
We like easy money though.
Like
you know what I'm saying? So like, I just haven't seen anything government contract wise that like speaks to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always looking though. I feel like you always got to be looking. You know?
Do you look for rich clients? I want to go back to that movie.
Yeah. No. Well, so the thing is like, we don't really look for clients. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of our shit is word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, well, let me say this: like we have a contract with a nonprofit organization that like their job is to like they have houses all over Montgomery County that have mentally and physically disabled people in them, and we have a contract with them where we go and take care of people in those houses. So it's like we don't even transact with the people that live in those houses. We transact with the company that owns those houses. Does that make sense?
Strategic that it's Montgomery County, because this is not.
We in Montgomery County.
No.
This is where I live. Like, so it's strategic in the sense that I don't got to travel. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I live.
You know the type of people that live in Moco. They tend to have a nice little baggy bag on this side.
But no. But that's government. That's government. Like they're a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, nonprofit.
What you mean? What do you mean? Like it's a nonprofit organization.
Nonprofits make a lot of profits.
Oh no, but what I'm saying is like that has nothing to do with individual people. You know, we're not taking money from individual people, and that's also just one sector. And also too, like
he's good.
I feel like I don't know. Am I being grilled for taking money? Because like you don't pay for healthcare or what?
No. I'm
Okay.
just asking questions.
Okay.
People might want to ask.
Yeah.
Because I saw the movie.
But also I wasn't trying to compare I Care a Lot. One, it's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Two, I was just trying to say that like they talk about how much money is in the industry in like a documentary way in a portion of that movie. The movie is a bigger story about like just one lady that's exploiting it. But like in the explanation of what she's doing, there's just like a little, you know how you ever seen what's that shit, The Big Short, where it's like a narrator that's just like, oh, like this is what, you know what I'm saying? Like I only brought it up because I learned how much was in the industry from there. You know what I'm saying? Like
the I Care a Lot company. I'm just asking
yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
So question, what I guess steps for people that want to get into this industry, the healthcare industry, like what steps that like they gotta take? Like what's the how-to guide? Like what's your course like on how to get into this and get started?
Shit, have a parent that already get in it. It's like nah. I mean, shit, bro. I feel like all you gotta do is just have the licenses. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be licensed to do business wherever you're trying to do it, and then hire. Because the thing is, like, all of the people who work for us, they have to have their own license to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
So like y'all, and what's the process like? All right, so say like
no, it's like starting a regular company. So like you start a company. You know what I'm saying? Based on whatever that company is, you have to get certain licenses. So like we're a healthcare company.
Find the people to do the work.
Do the work to get. Oh yeah. And then you hire nurses. And then you hire caregivers.
How do I market this? How is there like a place?
Oh shit! Indeed.
And you just
LinkedIn.
I just market my company.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. No, like I wouldn't say there's any special way. It's like literally, you know what I'm saying? We hire nurses off Indeed. I mean, bro, like also too, we've been in like, we've been in this industry for a long time, so a lot of the things that we do is word of mouth. Like we're one of those rare situations where word of mouth is still working for us. But like, yeah, we're trying to build some kind of social media presence. You know what I'm saying? But we just haven't had to. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like if you're trying to, so like, yeah, you have to hire people that are licensed to do.
How do you verify? Like, is there a process? That's something in HR that they verify like somebody's like credentials and stuff like that. Cause you're like. Cause TJ the type of person I'm like, oh yeah, I can nurse, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then just
I mean, you have to
see the job. No, they paying $1,500.
I mean, you definitely have to have a nursing degree. Like you definitely got to go to school to be a nurse. Like,
yeah, I know that, but like, how do you verify? Like, what's y'all HR process? Like, is it an HR process?
Nah, I have to bring my director of nursing on.
Oh, okay. I got
Who's
it.
my
That's
sister?
outside
Who's
your
my
department.
sister?
Very good.
She's the nurse. She's the director of nursing. She's a nurse herself, so she knows exactly what like is needed to do the work that we do. You know what I'm saying? As far as like if people wanted to know the exact qualifications and things like that, you know what I'm saying? To work at our company, you just have to you have to be a nurse. You have to be a registered nurse. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to have your RN, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to, that's if you want to do skilled nursing stuff. If you want to be a caregiver, there's like, you just have to have a CNA certification. You got to take a couple courses that we like give you, you know what I'm saying? On like how to deal with people in different situations and like your CPR, first aid, stuff like that. It's very chill. And then to be a nurse, you got to have your RN, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to have like, I think we train people like we do infusions, you know what I'm saying? There's hella different types of nurses. We do infusions. So like I said, like if you have some kind of like illness and you like need to just get medication like once a month, once a week, something like that, we'll have somebody come in and give you the medication. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes a couple hours, depending on what the medication is. But like if you don't have experience doing that, I think like our people will teach you, you know what I'm saying? But usually we like people that have at least 1 year of experience doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very chill as far as like, but that's just our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like some other healthcare company might say they got a different process.
So like starting out, you know what I'm saying? Of course, start the company and then like start hiring nurses and then start I'm just trying to figure out where I should market it at. If I was like just trying to start, like if TJ was a nurse, I was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna hire you to be a nurse.
Where do people market things?
Old people homes where they sick at.
I'm just trying.
Where do people market things?
I don't know.
That's my thoughts.
No, that's a good thought. That's literally what I be thinking. Because like literally, I'd be asking myself this question, and I'd be like, okay, where would I market this if I? Like,
I was just trying to think about how to get business. Like, do I put this on Craigslist?
Nah, well, the thing is, like, the way I think about it is, like, how does anybody get business in any industry? You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm learning a lot from other industries. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like I said, man, the whole podcasting thing has started because like me and my guys wanted to turn our little rap group into a record label. So like ever since that time, I've always been learning about like businesses. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me think, oh, like let me use all the information I have to try to like run Royal Treatment Healthcare in the way that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? And that's really that's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So like I say that to say that I'm kind of always just learning, well, how do companies market themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like they put themselves in front of their customer. So like, where's our customer? But our customer is not necessarily old people. You know what I'm saying? Like our like I honestly, you know, I'm always trying to like pinpoint who is our customer. And because we do a few different services, like we got patients who are like 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because they just have an illness that requires them to need medication. So sometimes I'm thinking about, okay, like we just need to be in front of pharmacies because pharmacies are the ones that are giving out those medications and they're the ones that are hiring nurses to go and give those medications. It's not always like a family that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it also might be a family that like calls us because they just need somebody to watch their grandma for the weekend while they go out of town or something like that. Like we have people like that. So it's like we're like literally we just get people from all different kinds of places, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, there's people who they got a family member who's eligible for Medicaid. So like they found out that, you know, they can get hired by another company and then they can get paid. So they'll call us like, yeah, we're trying to be part of the Medicaid waiver program. Can you hire me? And they'll ask us, you know what I'm saying? So like, boom, we just got business because we're on like a list, you know what I'm saying? And they just picked our name off a list. So like, you know what I'm saying? Business kind of comes from everywhere. But if you're asking me, like, how would I go about marketing? I would just do, you know, like what you would do for any business. I'd probably go on social media and just like do targeted ads. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Targeted ads towards like the demographic that you want. So like, to your point, if you want, you know, people that live in high income areas, just do targeted ads in high income areas because like those people definitely need people, and those people are probably definitely willing to pay somebody to like take care of their family member or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, I just had to ask that question in case anybody wanted to try to go and, you know, start this and figure out, give them like some how-to steps.
For sure.
On. But other than that, man, I'm good on the healthcare thing. Do we want to talk about the gambling?
Oh, I ain't even know if we had time for
I mean, shoot. I mean,
how's y'all gambling been so far?
we give him 10 minutes.
NBA
Give him 10
season.
minutes of gamble.
NBA season, how's it been going?
Shoot.
Because y'all be gambling, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not
but
mistaken.
I don't think I gambled in like the last week or so.
Oh, okay.
I kind of been off the sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like keeping my money this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like
Facts.
my
I'm
boy
ready for
hit
that.
me and was like, "Yo, FanDuel is legal in Maryland." And when I went through the app and was like,
They got everybody's neck with that,
We'll
bro.
let you
They got
know
everybody.
when
Yeah,
it's ready.
exactly.
I was like,
It's like, why even put your name on the list? if
Yeah,
you're not on
I
it?
hate it. Like everybody, like I think in every like 2 or 3 different group chats, everybody screenshotted the Maryland thing,
Yeah.
and I was
Like you didn't even click it.
Yeah, I was like, let me go really
must not
see.
have
I
clicked
went
it.
through the whole thing. I was
Yeah,
ready.
like signed up and everything,
Yeah,
like
I
a
was in
nuisance.
Oxon Hill. I was like, bet I ain't even gotta go across the bridge to Alexandria.
So you
this
took
week.
that plan out of your. You was like, I don't gotta go anymore.
Yeah, I don't
You know
want to
what
go
I'm
no
saying?
more because I feel like one day it's going to be like bloop
Yeah.
right here.
And it is gonna be one day. I feel like it's gonna be soon too. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
I feel like I keep hearing. Yeah, I keep hearing like
Before
end of
Christmas.
November, December vibes.
Man, whenever it comes, I'll be happy because
Yeah.
I'll be definitely be mad. Like,
I'm really gonna turn into a degenerate then.
nah, yeah. I'm gonna
really
wake up
turn
placing
into a
bets. It's gonna be
degenerate
crazy.
then. Yeah, I'm gonna be.
I might
so like
place.
my
I
thing,
might place. I
whenever
might.
I'm like just in Virginia chilling, like I just be on the live betting, just putting together stupid ass parlays like
Yeah.
that'll turn 25 cents into like 2,000, like just
yeah,
like
yeah.
stupid ass shit with the live bets because you know 20. If I do like 6 of those, that's like $3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One
And
just so
all I need is one of them to hit. You know what I'm
One
saying?
hit.
Because like a couple of times I came up like, you know, one time it was like $400. So it was like, okay, like I can just use this to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Nah, but like I don't have anything else to talk about. I'll definitely be mad when FanDuel, you know, that gets legal in Maryland. But
yeah.
you got anything else you want to touch on that?
Nah, not to squeeze in. Pause.
I mean, what was it? Pause.
oh, it had just been like too long. We got like 5-10 minutes.
All right. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, to the Only Bands podcast once again. Make sure you always go listen to the early morning show every Friday, coming at your head top at 8:30 in the morning on YouTube. Shout out to It's Nation TV. Shout out to the sponsor, Deadstock DMV. I think that's it, baby. See y'all next week.
Only bands.